Hi, I'm Mark, this is Mark's Tech Vlogs, and the Nuki 4 and Nuki 4 Pro have been around for a few months now, and so I thought I would finally make a comparison video between the 3 and the 4, especially now that Matter with Remote Access update has come to the Nuki 4. So at the time of recording, you can currently buy the Nuki 3, Nuki 3 Pro, Nuki 4 and Nuki 4 Pro. And so I thought this video would be a good chance to go through the differences between the 3 and the 4 and the 3 Pro and the 4 Pro. That means if you're trying to work out which one to pick up or whether you should upgrade or not, this video is for you. Now I'm not going to go fully in depth of each product in this video, this is just a bit of an overview and comparison. If you want to see full in-depth reviews, I have in-depth reviews for the 3, the 4 and the 4 Pro on this channel. I'll link those below. And let's start off by talking about the 3 and the 4, kind of the base models of the Nuki Smart Lock. And this is going to be pretty quick because there really are two differences between the 3 and the 4. Firstly, there is Matter Support, and this was the big thing that came with the 4th generation of Nuki Smart Locks. And this didn't just bring Matter, but it also brought Matter over Thread. What this means is you can achieve remote access outside of your home without the need for a Nuki bridge. This is because something else in your smart home can act as that sort of bridge. So for me, that is an Apple HomePod Mini. Now, if you are an Apple user, this actually happens in Apple HomeKit out of the box without any additional purchase. But if you do want the Nuki app to have that remote access via Matter over Thread, you're going to need to make an additional in-app purchase of £45. This also means that really soon the Nuki 4 will be Amazon Alexa compatible because that is coming soon. What this does mean, however, that especially for Apple users, if you're comparing the 3 that was HomeKit compatible and the 4 that is Matter compatible, if you're just going to use the Apple Home app rather than a Nuki app, especially for out-of-home, kind of like away access, you are not going to notice a difference. And then the second difference between the 3 and the 4 base models is improved battery life. And Nuki say you can now get up to 6 months out of it. Now I actually found in using a Nuki 3, that's about the battery life I was getting out of it anyway, so I'm not really sure this is a big difference to keep in mind. So very quickly, let's just say what is the same between these two. So what's the same between the 3 and the 4? Well, pretty much everything else. The design is the same, the installation process is the same, and pretty much all of the features you get are the same. So you've got geolocation auto unlock. You've got auto lock, you've got night mode, you've got different options for those buttons, and you've got guest access as well. All of those things are exactly the same. So let's talk about the Pro models. So the 3 Pro and the 4 Pro both come with rechargeable battery packs and also built-in Wi-Fi. That's basically what sets them apart from the kind of 3 and 4 when they become the Pro. When it comes to differences between the 3 Pro and the 4 Pro, again, it's very similar to the 3 and the 4, but possibly even less so in difference. So again, the 4 Pro comes with Matter support, and this comes with Matter over Thread support. But because the Pro connects via Wi-Fi, you actually have that out-of-home access already without needing that optional extra upgrade. And that's because Wi-Fi achieves this out-of-home access in the Nuki app out the box, the same way the 3 Pro achieved this as well. And that means the only difference really, other than one connects via Matter and one doesn't, is that the 4 Pro will eventually be Amazon Alexa compatible. And then secondly, the difference is improved battery life again. And really between the 3 Pro and the 4 Pro, the differences just feel even smaller. And then of course the similarities are the same. They come in the same design with the same colour options. They offer the same features, so geolocation and auto lock and night mode and all sorts of other things. And of course all 4 of these, the 3, the 4, the 3 Pro and the 4 Pro, all work with Apple HomeKit, either via HomeKit compatibility or Matter, which are pretty similar. And as I said, I've got in-depth reviews of the 3, the 4 and the 4 Pro, which I will link below if you want to find out more about each of those individually. So let's finish this video and talk about 2 questions. Firstly, what should you buy if you're starting from scratch? And secondly, should you upgrade? And let's talk about if you're going to buy a Nuki Smart Lock for the first time and which you should consider. And really, I think if you're looking at picking one up for the first time, you should be looking at the 4 models, so the 4 or the 4 Pro. The introduction of these actually has done relatively little for the price of the 3 and the 3 Pro, and so it's worth getting the latest one just to make sure you're up to date and you're kind of future-proof for longer with that. And I think really if you are likely to want the remote access via the Nuki app, so you're going to need to make that £45 purchase if you're buying the Nuki 4 base model, then you should be looking at the Nuki 4 Pro. Because for the extra £50 you get built-in Wi-Fi and you also get a rechargeable battery pack. So at that point I think the Nuki Pro is a far better option. If, however, you're mostly going to be using it with the Apple Home app, then the 4 is a really affordable option and works really well with Apple out of the box. Likewise, if you shop around on eBay, you might find a really good priced 3 or 4 Pro from other people who might be upgrading. And especially for Apple users, they are still really good products. And a lot of the functionality you get with kind of out-of-home access thanks to Apple HomeKit and whatever acts as your Apple Home Hub remains. So what about upgrading? And I actually upgraded from a 3 to a 4 Pro, mostly because I was curious and I wanted to make a review video for you guys, and then I've also then put a 4 on my back door. And I'd say, having used both the 4 and the 4 Pro, if you're an Apple user, there is pretty much no reason to upgrade. The functionality is largely the same. The only real difference is that the 4 base model actually now has out-of-home access with that Matter over Thread update. You could achieve this with the 3 via HomeKit, but you couldn't access that in the Nuki app. And to be honest, that's not a big deal for me, because if I'm checking the status of my locks when I'm away from home, I'm going into my Home app rather than the Nuki app anyway, just because all of my devices are in one place. The only very small reason you might want to go to the Matter version of the Nuki Smart Lock is because of one of the things that comes with Matter 1.2. And Matter 1.2 introduces a 3rd status for a door. So at the moment, a door, as you'll know if you use HomeKit, can be locked or unlocked. And this is fine, but many front doors, including mine, actually can be unlocked, but you still can't get in from the outside without using a key. You have to put the key in and do that last little turn. And the Nuki Smart Lock is capable of doing that. So the Nuki Smart Lock in the Nuki app has lock, unlock and open features. Now with Matter 1.2, that open feature comes into Matter as well. That means when Apple push a software update, eventually that open feature will also come into Apple HomeKit. And that is going to be the difference between using this lock in HomeKit if you've got the 3 compared to the 4. The 4 will eventually get that new little open feature. And that might be the only reason you might want to update it. But again, this isn't in Apple HomeKit yet, so it's something you might want to hold fire on for now anyway. And all of this really, having used both the 3 and the 4 and the 4 Pro, backs up what I said when Nuki first announced the 4 and the 4 Pro. These are incredibly incremental updates. And for Apple users especially, there is hardly any change at all. And really, I don't think there is a reason to upgrade. If you're starting with Nuki Smart Locks from scratch, look at the 4 and the 4 Pro, because you want to start with most up-to-date one. It future-proofs you, and it's a great way of getting into smart locks, and the Nuki Smart Lock is the one I would recommend to most people. But if you're looking to upgrade your 3 or your 3 Pro, then especially for Apple users like myself, there isn't really any point. If you guys have got any questions, do stick them below and I'll answer those for you. If you've enjoyed this video or found it helpful, give it a like, because that helps this channel out. I put links below to my Nuki Smart Lock reviews. I've also put some purchase links below to the Nuki Smart Locks on Amazon if you do want to pick them up. Those links will take you to whichever country you're in, and if you use those links, that will help this channel out because they are affiliate links. I don't make these videos as a full-time job, I just do this to help you guys out and share some of my knowledge, and so I hope this helps you. I will see you guys again soon.